What's going on, MSFers? Duelim here, back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Cosmic Crucible Season 14 defense. That's right, everybody's been asking for it, and I finally got to it. So, we have, we're going to go over all the room rules, then we'll go over what's in each room. So, Hunting Sense on defense and offense, striker characters on successful attack apply bleed. Raider and Skirmisher characters on successful attack. If the target has bleed, perform an ISO attack against that. So, this one here is kind of a nothing burger, nothing too crazy. I'm going fun in this room and just going speed. So what we have here, I have Pav, Red Hulk, Void Knight, Old Emma, and Lady Deathstrike. And essentially this is the S&F team, the suckin'... Yeah, team. So essentially, it's going fast. So Void Knight goes really fast. Red Hulk gets a rewind. Then Lady Deathstrike gets a rewind. Pav is going to go before everybody, actually. So he's going to put a slow out there. Emma's going to stop speed by 10% as well. So I'm just looking at somebody taking in a quick team in here and not being able to use some of those quick pieces somewhere else. I know this is going to get rolled by a lot of things, and I don't care, honestly. This room is really not fun at all, and I just wanted to throw something fun in here to see if I could catch somebody off guard speed-wise. If not, maybe some rework characters, maybe like Absolute A-Force reworks in there just to have more of an efficiency sync. But I think this could catch some people off guard, so I'm going to be throwing this in here. Room number 2, Turtle Shell on defense and offense. All characters gain 50% max barrier. On spawn, bury yourself for 100% of that character's max health. Gain 100% damage. And on ally death, bury yourself for 100% of that character's max health. And I'm going to be running Odin Illuminati here. And Odin Illuminati with Emma, actually. So what Emma is going to do, this is the new Emma, she is going to stop the speed stat that Starjammers get from Havoc's passive, which means I don't think Starjammers can beat this. Honestly, I really don't think they can. The only way I see them beating this is because there's no pre-taunt, and what might happen is Odin might just get deleted because they have 100% extra damage, but at that point, then I could just move this to a different room and then go from there, but I really don't think that's going to happen because they're not going to be taking very many turns because they don't have that speed bar. So that is going to be really, really interesting to see. My other idea was putting this in room 6, but I do have something else in room 6, which I guess we can go talk about that next. So I really think this is going to be good. I know the Mephisto comps will still tear into this and delete it one shot, which is fine. If this is pulling Mephisto, I'm okay with that. So Starjammers not being able to be used here forces them to use Starjammers elsewhere, and we all know how well Starjammers have been doing everywhere else. So I'm genuinely curious to see if the buffs were useful for Starjammers or not. So we're going to stick with this for right now and see how it works, but I just wanted to stop Starjammers here and see what my opponent ends up throwing in here, especially if they don't have Mephisto on offense. That could be really problematic for them. All right, next up, we're going to go to 6 as promised. So in room number 6, Spider-Man's Web Trap on offense and defense, all characters. Speed bar cannot be increased or decreased. So essentially, it's like a Captain Britain passive in here. And speed up does not affect anybody, and slow doesn't affect anybody. So speed up, you actually lose 50% speed, which negates it. It's net 0, and the same thing with slow. Also, I didn't talk about the global rules, which are laser beams on offense and defense, Starjammer characters on pierce damage, apply bleed. And so that is pretty good for Starjammers. We like to see that. That's always good. So number 6, we're going to be doing Night Stalker's Dorm. And if you remember, there was a pretty simple counter to this in Tangled, New Emma, Black Cat, and Lady Deathstrike. The problem is Tangled will not work in here because 2099 gets to go fast because he spawns a speed up. Speed up doesn't work in this room. 2099 would also ult and give Spider Weaver turn meter. Turn meter doesn't work in this room. So I think this is actually going to be a really good defense to throw in here. I should probably take up Agatha and Man-Thing to level 105 as well, so overpower doesn't affect them at all. But that's another, that's a topic for another day. But yeah, I think this room is going to do pretty good. This is going to catch some people off guard. They're not going to see what's coming here. You can't use like an Ultimus in here either with like Cabal, because Ultimus doesn't get turn meter. Kang being in here doesn't give that 5% extra turn meter to allies, and speed can really mess you up here, which is really interesting. I'm curious to see how this room does. I did run it in room, I think round 1 of the tournament, and it actually did really, really well. So I've been happy with it. So I'm curious to see how it does among the general public. And yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. But before we get to the next rooms, a word from our sponsor. Interrupt this broadcast to bring you a very important message. Are you tired of playing your favorite game and not having anything to do? Are you tired of uninteresting and boring PvE content? Well, look no further and start playing Raid Shadow Legends. That's right. And the best part of it, your 4th favorite YouTuber has started making content on the game. That's right. Yours truly has a Raid Shadow Legends YouTube channel. And yours truly also has a download link that I will ask you very nicely to go use because it supports the channel. And you absolutely should. This game is rife with things to do, and it's absolutely amazing. And guess what? It's not what you think. I have people telling me late game, guess what? They don't spend a dime, and they're super competitive because there is an absolute butt ton of skill expression in this game. There's a million things to do, a million reasons on why you should play Raid, and clicking that link below is a reason why. Because guess what? You get a free epic character in Zargala who does a butt ton of damage. That's right, we're talking about butt still. You also, at level 15, unlock Ugo, who is one of the best epic characters in the game. And then most importantly, within 24 hours of starting your account, you need to use code Supreme6 or Monkey King to get an absolutely insane legendary that will help you through your progress. So go now, do it. Download Raid Shadow Legends today. All right, back from that. That's right, amazing, amazing. All right, we've got, what room do we want to go next? So we've got, let's do a Toxic, because that's a boring room. On defense and offense, all characters on that character's turn attack self for 15% of that character's max health. This damage reduces the max health of that character by the same amount. So I'm just going to do the Retaliate room because unfortunately the only good rooms we saw in this during the Ultimate 32 required like a Gladiator, Agatha, leader stuff, because then you were essentially stuck behind the Gladiator for an eternity and you couldn't move. And then you just end up dying because of the room rules. But I think I'm going to stick with this because it doesn't really see anything better. I think this room is just a throwaway, especially once we need Cabal on offense again. We need, you know, Agatha with Night Stalkers most likely. You're going to want to keep the Annihilators together because it's 6 rooms now and not 3. So I'm just going to go with a team that's going to potentially hit kind of hard. Probably just going to get rolled by a lot of things, but it is what it is. I think room 3 is a nothing burger, nothing too crazy at all. Room number 4, supercharged. So we've got on offense and defense, this is one of the new rooms that they added because the other room 4 just, I guess, wasn't good for Starjammers. So why would we have that room, right? After using an ultimate ability, spread all positive effects to adjacent allies. Ultimate abilities cost 2 less ability energy. And this is gonna be Mephisto Annihilator's Super Scroll. So I'm either making someone use Null here, or I'm making someone double sack this. It is pretty much how this is going to go. And even after a double sack, this is not a safe fight after a double sack because Mephisto can still ult and just delete, and you have problems. So if they have Null on offense, good for them. That's fine. I can cross that bridge when I come to it. I'm also going to have Null on offense, so that's going to be kind of a rock, paper, scissors shoot there. So I'm definitely going to be keeping Null on offense for right now because I feel like one of the only good places to put him was going to be with Odin Illuminati. But Odin Illuminati Null in pretty much any room is going to get absolutely crapped on by Starjammers now. even a lower Starjammers, especially with those stat boosts that they gave them, Odin just gets one shot. And I'm not joking. You just have to have correct ISOs, and you need to use like Howard Basic, and you need to use specific things. But Odin just gets one shot. And guess what? And Odin with overpowered doesn't do anything if he never takes a turn. So yeah, not good. So it really doesn't change anything having the null here, so I'm going to have null on offense for that reason. But obviously, Super Skrull is going to ult really quickly. We have Gore ultimate turn 1, Thanos ultimate turn 1, Mephisto ultimate turn 1. I mean, everybody's ulting turn 1 in this room, right? We've got 3 Annihilators to stop the good old vulnerable, so Cabal can't do anything here. The other thought is for this is putting in, instead of null, putting in Ultimus here, because Ultimus will ult a decent amount very quickly. So if they try to get cheeky and do a pre-taunt in here, Ultimus can do really well, and then I can use Gore on offense with null, and that's a really good thought and something I might end up doing. So keep that in mind if you want that, because Ultimus is really good plug and play into pre-taunts, and I really, really love him. So I might end up doing that, but I do like Gore refreshing the safeguard on this team here because of his ultimate. So that is really, really nice. And then in room 5, on defense and offense, mutant characters on turn clear all negative effects from self, heal self for 10% of the max health, and clear each negative effect cleared. So for this one here, I'm going with something similar to what I've run in the past, and this is just Phoenix Force, Old Man Logan, Nightcrawler, and Gambit. So Old Man Logan is going to get buffs. Old Man Logan and Phoenix are going to get health buffs from Gambit and Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's always a problem with speed up on spawn, specialing turn 1, giving speed bar out there. Omega Red Phoenix Force is also getting speed bar because there's no protectors here. So he's getting, what is it, 20% speed bar on spawn? Maybe it's 40%. Numbers are hard. I can't remember. So that's really good. And I think people are just going to look at this and they're going to throw something big at it, like Immortal. They're going to throw something like Cabal in here, and it's going to be problematic no matter what, especially with the clearing of the negative effects, I think is going to be interesting. And I think Omega Red's going to be extremely tanky because of that. So if he ever gets to a turn with a bunch of negative effects, not only is he doing that health steal on anybody's turn, it's like 2% max health steal, and then he heals for that, but then he's going to heal with all the negative effects that you're giving him. So unless you have like trauma and heal block on him, he's going to be extremely annoying. So I'm curious to see how this one goes as well. The other idea you could do for this is just treat it like a blank room and put something big in here. Like I said, you could end up just putting in just nothing. You could just put in something big and just kind of go from there. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. There's really nothing else that's super good in here. If you really wanted to, maybe you could put in like Astral, but Astral's really slow is the problem. Maybe if you have a big Liberty and you could just have Liberty in there, and Liberty can just soak up some turns. Maybe that'll be really good for you. Who knows? I don't. But that's kind of where we're at right now. So other ideas you could do, like I said, you can move 2 to room number 6 because then there will be no speed whatsoever in this room, because the only thing that works in this room is speed stat. Emma stops the speed stat, so that could be interesting to just shut down all speed in room 6 if you wanted to do that. Again, room 1, nothing burger. Room 5, nothing burger. I do have null on offense as well. And if you guys want, what I could do is make an offense video as well for what I have left. And we can kind of go over that on what I have to take out a defense similar to this, or defenses even more turtly than this. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comment section below, and I will make it. But until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.